Hey everyone, I'm now going to show you how to use GIMP in relation with your product photos. We'll have a quick look at PicMonkey as well at the end and see what can be done. We're kind of do this on the fly. Normally I'll take a lot more time at this, but this will give you a good idea of what tools to use. Obviously every product's different. As we said before, every photo studio is different. So it's really down to you to kind of get this kind of looking good. But at the same time, it's really easy and good fun as well. So we'll get started. Okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to type GIMP into Google and show you what it looks like and everything. Here's GIMP, the GNU image manipulation program. Okay, click there and we will get taken through to the website. Right, here we are in GIMP. This isn't dodgy or anything like that. It's a completely legitimate free program you can download that really does work well with product photos, and all kind of things you do with Photoshop you can do with GIMP. It's completely free. There's a whole load of stuff here to look at. The features of GIMP, documentation I advise looking at. It's a load of tutorials there which are really good. There's loads on YouTube of tutorial videos about GIMP. It's very, very cool, very, very widely used, and a lot of it's open source. There's not much you can't do with it. It's very cool. Okay, so you guys hit the download and go through the step-by-step instructions for the download, and we'll crack on and get the picture sorted. Okay guys, here I am in GIMP. All I did was I got one of my old product photos of a ring, and I had it saved on my hard drive. I right-clicked on that image and a menu came up, and there was an option for open with. I slid across the open with and it came up with another menu, and one of them was GIMP. So I selected that, and here I am on GIMP now with my ring. And yeah, it's an old photo of a ring that was stocked on my jewelry website, and I'm not sure if they still are, but if anyone's interested, I might be able to sort you out there. So to get started, I'm going to crop the photo because we don't need all of this like white space around here. Really don't need that. We're focusing in on this area here, the ring. So what we do is we take this button here, the selection tool, and we click on that, and it gives us a little square with like a little target there, and we will drag and draw a square straight across it, just kind of like a drag your mouse holding the button down. Okay, once you've got the square, you can adjust it with like these bumpers on the side here, and make the square bigger, smaller, however you want to do it. Obviously we want a bit of white space around it, but not too much, because that will make our product look small on marketplaces. So you want it about that. That should do. Okay, once you've got it to your liking, we go to image and we scroll down to crop to selection, and we click that, and that's it. Now we've got rid of all the crap. Then we go to scale image, which is under the image menu here. Go down to scale image, and you'll see here the width and height of the image. Now, as I said before, ideally we want our images to be at least 1000 by 1000 pixels. Well, this isn't. So what we do is there's a little kind of chain link thing here. We click that so it separates, and all I'm going to do for this one, just for the sake of quickness, is do 1000 by 1000. But the image may look better, maybe 1000 by 1200 or something like that. What we're going to do here is just do 1000 by 1000, just quickly to show you. As I do that, the image has now gone to 1000 by 1000, and that doesn't look too bad, to be fair. So I think we'll stick with that. Already, even though we haven't adjusted any of the colors or levels at all, it's looking much better now. We're a lot more close up with the ring, and we can kind of even see the colors a little clearer. So what we'll do now is we go to levels under the colors tab here. We go to levels, click on levels, and we get this kind of graph thing here. Now, I don't know what that means. I'm not going to lie to you. But what I do know is if I go to the far right of the graph and hold my mouse button down on this little arrow here, it changes the levels of the picture, as you can see. Now I slide it across until I think it looks quite decent. A lot of people go to right over. I mean, if you go right over, it's, you know, you need to get it just right. You don't want it too much because you've got other things to adjust as well. But that looks quite good. As you can see here, it does start to kind of go a bit greeny around the edges as if you go too much. So it's all a bit of a balancing act. I'd say that's probably about right. We can always adjust it later anyway. But yeah, that'll do. Okay, we click OK on that. We then go back up to colors again and we choose curves. Now curves is just, I don't know what any of this means. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you don't need to know. And I've done thousands of photos and I've never known what this means. But what I do know is when I bring it out, it lightens it up at the top. And if I want to dampen it down a bit, I can move my mouse further down this line and it just puts a little bit of depth into it like that. Now that's starting to look really nice and it's cleaned it up an awful lot. So you don't have to do too much. Often less is more. So click OK on that one. And then we go back to colors again and we select brightness and contrast. Now this is another thing to play around with. It's easy to kind of go too much with this. So I normally start with 5 on the top selection and 10 on the bottom selection there and press OK. And there we go. And that's really lit that up quite nicely. So now we have a nice big bright white background ring, very Amazon friendly. We are going to go to export here and we're going to click export and we're going to click our location. We'll have it saved to the desktop and we'll call it Udemy image and we'll export it there. Okay, when you click export, you'll get this little menu here and it has across the top here quality and it normally sets it to 90. I ramp it up to 100. If you want best quality and the best is 100, then that's what you should choose. So that's what I do. Okay, that's that done. So we'll go over now to PicMonkey and we'll have a play around with that and I'll show you a few things in there as well that can make it just a little bit better. All right, guys, here we are on Google quickly. This is PicMonkey, picmonkey.com. If you Google PicMonkey, that will be #1. I don't think there's too many other PicMonkeys in the world. I hope not anyway. That'd be weird. Yeah, picmonkey.com. Click that and it takes you through to their very nice looking website. As you can see, it is Valentine's Day. Well, it's close to Valentine's Day that we're making this, and they've got all their Valentine's Day templates and stencils up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top one here. We're going to click edit. We're going to select our picture, our Udemy picture. We're going to click open. And here it is. Now you have a whole array of things down here you can do. You can crop it, you can change the canvas color, you can rotate it, change the exposure, change the colors, sharpen, resize the photo. So a lot of things we did in GIMP you can kind of do here too. Also here we have text that we can add, like fonts. And there is a whole load of fonts here, and some of them are really nice fonts as well. And so you can add all kinds of things into here to put your watercolor in and do all kinds of things like that. So if you're advertising on Gumtree, you can put your phone number across it, or you can put your price on there, or you can write details down here and make it look really good as well. It's so easy. Here is effects that you can add to your picture. They do look great. They don't look great with jewelry that well. A lot of it doesn't really work that well. So I'm not going to really show you too much because it'll probably do it a disservice. If you have people in your photos, like you're doing models, all right, and they've got a few little wrinkles or something they want to take out, or you want to doll them up a bit, then this is brilliant. All this can completely change your model into something amazing. So, you know, whatever you want to do there, it looks really good. And there's a whole load of other options here. We're going to go back and we're going to use this sharpen tool here. Now, if you slide this across, you'll see it just makes it look very crisp. I can bring this all the way across. It's maybe a bit too much there. So we just bring it back a little bit. And that really adds so much to it. The clarity, you can add a little bit of clarity. You don't want too much there. And that's a quick fix that, you know, that'll pass anywhere on Amazon or anything. Obviously now you could add all sorts to this. I could sit here for hours and show you how to make this into something amazing. I mean, for classifieds and that, you can have framed pictures. So you could do like a frame around the outside here or something like that, or a film edge like this one or something. That looks cool, like an old camera photo type look. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of backgrounds and textures, clouds. Oh, look at that. There you go. My ring's now in the sky. Sorts of, really, the sky's the limit with PicMonkey, and they have a Royale membership, as they call it. I personally would go for that. I haven't done it yet myself, but I really think that that's definitely something you would go for. It's very cool. Yeah, so there you go, in space now. It looks really nice. But you can have a lot of fun with it and really, really just make it your own. And yeah, super cool stuff to do here. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave you with that. There's a lot there to take in with the product photography, and there's a lot of fun to be had. And I really put your product images up on the Udemy student area, please, and let me see them. I really want to see them. And you can have a lot of fun and get really creative, and they will make your product stand out, and that will ultimately get you more sales. People love things that look professional, and that's really what this is all about. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.